Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host Thomas Tyree from On the Hot Podcast. Today, I have some bonus content for you guys. The bonus content I will be covering today will be in the sport of boxing. And in this bonus content video, I'll begin my fight summary on the fight that the world of boxing saw last night between Gervonta Tank Davis versus King Ryan Garcia. This will be my fight summary. So last night we saw two undefeated fighters get in the ring with each other for the first time in their respective careers. Two knockout artists getting in the ring, and we saw Gervonta Tank Davis walk away out of Las Vegas, Nevada with the win. He extended his career record to 29-0, and now has 27 wins coming way of knockout on his impressive resume so far. He defeated Ryan Garcia by knockout in the 7th round last night in Las Vegas, Nevada. The fight was exciting. It was entertaining from round 1 to round 7. This was the Super Bowl of boxing. This was everything that the sport of boxing needed. It was a breath of fresh air. It brought more popularity to the sport. A lot of people that do not watch boxing tune in to see this iconic fight between these two respective fighters. Both young in their careers, and they deserve a lot of credit for making this happen. It brought the attention that boxing needed back to this sport last night. Kudos to Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia for doing that. It brought out the stars in Las Vegas, Nevada last night in attendance. It was Floyd Money Mayweather. We had Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, Sugar Ray Leonard. We had Mike Tyson, undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin the Dream Haney there. Earl Spence, unified champion at 147 pounds. Caleb Plant, David Benavidez, Carissa Shields. The list goes on and on and on. Boxing stars were out there last night. Athletes, stars, celebrities, you name it. There was everybody out there watching that fight last night in Las Vegas, Nevada. So this fight brought everything to the sport that it was missing. The attention it was needed. It gave us breath of fresh air last night, thanks to Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. Last night in this fight, Gervonta Davis was the more aggressive fighter. He walked down Ryan Garcia, which I said in my game plan prediction for keys to success for Gervonta. He was going to have to walk down Ryan Garcia and not box off his back foot. He did a good job walking down a bigger opponent and was not afraid or intimidated of Ryan Garcia's height or length in this fight. That was a great job by Gervonta Davis, and he did something that he normally doesn't do in majority of his fights, and that's start off fast. He actually put Ryan Garcia down to the canvas, got the knockdown score in the 2nd round. That is something we really don't see in Gervonta Tank Davis fights. He normally starts off slow and goes in for the kill in the later rounds. But Gervonta Davis had from the minute the fight started all the way to the fight ended, he had his foot on the gas pedal and control of the fight from round 1 to 7, and was clearly winning on all 3 judges' scorecards before he got the knockout win in the 7th round. And Ryan Garcia, what I was afraid was going to happen was his footwork. I told you guys he was in the fight prediction that if he wanted to win this fight, he was going to have to walk down Gervonta Davis. He was going to have to use his height and length to beat Gervonta Davis. He was going to have an effective jab. He did not have that last night to keep Gervonta Tank Davis away. He also displayed bad footwork during the fight as well. They looked a little discombobulated when he kept backing up and getting caught with shots and taking Tank's punishment throughout the fight. Also, it was not good for him to display a check left hook. I explained in the video in the fight prediction that was not going to be enough to beat Gervonta Davis, and he tried it time and time and time again. And Gervonta Davis is a good counter puncher. We saw that in this fight. Also, it was dishing out a lot of punishment to Ryan Garcia. So I saw undisciplined Ryan Garcia in there, bad footwork, banking on the check left hook. It was not enough to beat Gervonta Davis. And the body shot, let me talk about that, how the fight ended. A lot of people are questioning, was Ryan Garcia really affected by that? Gervonta Davis is a solid body shot hitter. He possesses a lot of power. So if you think he possesses a lot of power to get the knockout, connecting to someone's jaw, imagine when he's doing it to somebody's midsection into that rib cage area. He is known for he put out Mario Barrios, a bigger guy, an orthodox fighter, like Ryan Garcia, he put him out with a lethal body shot. And you could tell after he took that shot, Ryan Garcia was backing up, but he felt it, and Gervonta even knew he felt that shot. So Ryan Garcia was backing up, and then you guys out there watching and listening might question why he took the knee. Gervonta Davis's body shots are his most lethal weapon if he's not getting a knockout win, and Ryan Garcia felt that. So I have some reasons why I do believe that Ryan Garcia did not get up for the referee's 10 count, even though he was up and was aware of what was going on. Decided to stay down for the count of 10, leading to Gervonta Davis's win. That was Ryan Garcia's second time hitting the canvas. Like I said a few moments ago, we saw where in the second round where Ryan Garcia was aiming for that check left hook again. Gervonta Davis, a good counter puncher, countered it and sent Ryan to the canvas in the second round. This was Ryan Garcia's second time going down to the canvas in this fight. He was taking punishment the entire fight. His nose was bleeding at the time as well. If you guys know, when you bleed for the nose, you only have two ways to breathe, through your mouth and through your nose. So when you're bleeding through your nose, it's hard for you to breathe already, trying to catch your air, trying to breathe out of your mouth. But he got hit in the midsection. So imagine, you're bleeding from your nose, already a hard time breathing, then you just got the wind knocked out of you. Trying to breathe out of your mouth, that's not going to work. And Ryan Garcia, it just looked like to me what didn't have what it took to get back up because he was hurt. He was legit hurt. And you can see when he grimaced when the referee got to the count of 7, Ryan Garcia looked at him, gave him a little look, and he knew he was going to get back up. So I do respect the fact that Ryan Garcia knew that his body couldn't take much more. He couldn't breathe at the time. You only get a 10 count to get up in the sport of boxing. It's not like you get a 15, 20-second count. 10 seconds is all you get. And Ryan Garcia knew his body couldn't go on much longer, and that was the end of the fight. So I thought it ended in a good way, and Ryan Garcia deserves a lot of credit. Both fighters deserve a lot of credit for taking this fight because both guys did the objective. Both guys got the job done, and that was bring love and attention back to this sport. Hopefully, after this sets the tone for the rest of the year in boxing and moving forward, of having mega fights happen. This is what it's all about. You're supposed to have the best of the best fight, like the old days in boxing. Like when we saw Floyd and Oscar De La Hoya getting on in their prime, two guys that were not afraid to lose. That's a prime example of it. But this is what the sport lacked, and this is what the sport needed. It needed to bring the best of the best to fight each other again. At the time, we saw two undefeated fighters, knockout artists getting in the ring. That's going to draw a lot of excitement and attention. Now, bring in on Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury, who's undefeated, that need to fight each other. Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, who's undefeated and need to fight each other. There's so many mega fights out there in boxing that's going to be made now thanks to Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia having the balls, the cojones to get in there and fight and put their undefeated streaks on the line. Undefeated careers, I should say, on the line. So I'll be going over what's next for both fighters. So first off, what's next for Ryan Garcia? So this is not the end of the world for Ryan Garcia. A loss happens to the best in boxing. It happens along the way. We've seen greats like Manny Pacquiao lose. We've seen Oscar De La Hoya lose. We've seen Canelo Alvarez lose. We've seen so many, Mike Tyson lose. We've seen so many greats lose before in this sport. One loss is not gonna hurt Ryan Garcia. He has a great amount of following that his followers were definitely brought to this fight last night. He's only 24 years of age, and that's a young age for the sport of boxing. So he's very young in his career. He just needs to get back in the gym, work on his flaws, his footwork. For his height and length, he needs to have an effective jab that keep his opponents guessing to see what he's going to do next. But I do believe that Ryan Garcia does have a bright future in the sport, and he truly gained my respect last night. And he needs to work on being a better defensive fighter. He does have some dreams and aspirations in this sport. He's looking at a Gervonta Davis rematch down the line. Before we even get to that, he's gonna have to work on the things that I said, obviously. But he is projecting himself to move up to 140. That is what he said he wants to do. I think that's the most comfortable weight for him moving forward. He said he wants to collect some wins down the line, and then down the line possibly fight Gervonta again at 140 or at the welterweight division at 147. But anything can happen in boxing, so we'll see. But for the time being right now, for Ryan being at 140, I do have a list of opponents that would be some mega fights for Ryan Garcia to test how good of a fighter he really is. There's some big names at 140, just like at the lightweight division at 135 pounds. At 140, I would like to see Ryan Garcia get in the ring with Regis Porgrigas. I like to see that fight. I think that's a mega fight between the two fighters. Sador Martin, that's a good fight for him at 140 as well. A mega fight that would bring a lot of attention and a big payday for both guys would be a matchup for Ryan to get in the ring against Teofimo Lopez. That is a mega fight. Or you could get in the ring. I think to me this is a money fight that could easily get done in the fall between Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. I think that's a marquee fight as well. So those are some names for Ryan Garcia. Good luck to him at 140. He's definitely gained my respect. And I'm looking forward to see what's next for him in his young career. And finally, what's next for Gervonta Tank Davis? Gervonta Tank Davis, to me, some people last night have claimed him to be the face of boxing. It's hard to debate that right now. But as much as I love Gervonta, he's in second place for being the face of boxing because he's right there. Gervonta he brings so much attention to the sport. Every time Gervonta Davis can fight me next weekend, and it's going to be millions and millions of people that's going to pack in an arena, watch it. He brings people to the sport. Do not watch the sport because you don't want to miss the highlight reels of Gervonta Davis when he gets in the ring. Canelo Alvarez he has the throne and he's the face of boxing by this much. One more big loss by Canelo and Gervonta keeps this up. There's no ifs or doubts about it. Gervonta Davis will be the face of boxing. But Gervonta Davis has a chance to go on a legendary run at the lightweight division at 135 pounds right now. And I said this months ago on the Gervonta Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia prediction. I said if Gervonta Davis gets past Hector Luis Garcia, which he did. I said if he gets past Ryan Garcia, which he did. Those are two big names to add on his resume. If by the end of the year he can fight Devin the Dream Haney or Shakur Stevenson and knock off one of those two guys, or even Lomachenko, if he can beat any of those three guys I just named, hands down Gervonta Davis wins Fighter of the Year because no one is doing the things that he's doing right now this year. He's already fought twice, and if you add either Loma, Haney, or Shakur to the list of names that he beat, and if he could beat one of those guys by the end of the year, hands down wins Fighter of the Year to me. It's time, but in the lightweight division, it's time to find out who's the true king of this division. I would like to see Gervonta get in the ring with Devin the Dream Haney by the end of the year. This has been a rivalry that's been going on for years and years in the making. We've heard the sparring stories. We've heard the stories of Gervonta knocking out Haney in the sparring session. We heard that Haney got the best of Tank because he wasn't in the best of shape. We heard that he made Gervonta quit in the sparring session. We need to find out who's the king of this division. I would like to see this in an undisputed championship fight if Haney can get past Lomachenko. But there's a halt in that because Shakur Stevenson is the mandatory for Devin the Dream Haney's WBO championship right now. So Shakur is technically in line to get the winner of Haney versus Lomachenko. So Gervonta might have to wait to get his hands on Haney or Shakur right now because Shakur is the number one contender for whoever wins. Honestly, if we get Haney Shakur by the end of the year, I'm not mad at it, but Gervonta should target Lomachenko because that would be a great fight to add to his resume, or vice versa. If Lomachenko beats Haney and we get Lomachenko versus Shakur, Gervonta should be fighting one of those guys by the end of the year. If forbid that Lomachenko loses this fight against Haney at 135 and decides he's too small for 135, which I do believe he is at this moment, decides to go back to 130, I do believe there's an opportunity for Gervonta Davis to get in the ring against Frank Martin. I do believe that's a spectacle fight at 135 pounds. Or if somehow, some way, we could get a catchweight fight between Gervonta Davis and Teofimo Lopez, sign me up. But that's what I believe is next for Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. And that is my fight summary for last night's fight. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.